the chairman of the Independent Games Festival, Brandon Boyer.
So, hey everybody. Thanks for coming out to the 13th Annual Independent Games Festival Awards. So, as many of you know, this was my first year as chairman of the festival, and I don't think I could have joined at a more important and exciting time. I've often said that the colorful remarks Introversion made about taking publisher money, and especially the extended applause that followed in their 2006 Grand Prize acceptance speech for Darwinia, felt like a landmark gaming moment in independent gaming history. And I feel like this year's festival is another that will be remembered for quite some time. Never before in IGF history, since its foundation in 1999, has an entrant gone on to earn in excess of $10 million and resonate with such a large audience before voting even closed. And just what that meant for its place among the other entrants and in the festival itself was a subject of frequent debate for the juries we assembled this year. Recognition in the festival brings with it not only over $50,000 in prize money across multiple categories, but the interest of a wider audience who recognize the IGF as the best showcase of independent achievement year after year. And at the same time, the independent games community itself continues to raise the bar and prove that it truly is changing the face of games as we know them, making an IGF win that much more impressive and important. So we'll find out in just a moment who our jury selected this year, but first we'd like to give a sincere thanks to our generous supporters, without whom these awards and the IGF Pavilion on the GDC show floor would not be possible. We'd particularly like to thank Platinum sponsor Crytek, Gold sponsors Microsoft and LucasArts, official IGF distribution partner Direct to Drive, who'll be giving away their own $10,000 D2D Vision Award later in the ceremony, hardware sponsor OnLive, and platform sponsor Trans Gaming. We'd also like, there you go. But wait, there's more. We'd also like to thank Platinum Student Showcase sponsor DigiPen Institute of Technology, and our Gold Student Showcase sponsors Angevin and Westwood College. And finally, many thanks to media sponsor GameSpot, who are live streaming these awards as we speak. So, with all that said, I'm pleased to introduce our host for this year. He's the producer, creator, and host of the acclaimed indie game web video show Bytejacker, and the perfect person to take you through tonight's IGF winners. Please welcome Anthony Carboni. Good job, sir.
Woo! Chairman Brandon Boyer, everybody. Yeah. He has got the silkiest beard in indie games. Welcome, everybody, to the 13th Annual Independent Games Festival Awards. Or, if you're watching at home on the GameSpot GDC live stream, welcome to the 45-minute sandwich break before anything you recognize comes on. This is really great for me because I have not been in a room with so many talented indie developers since my community college was hiring adjunct professors. So this is really great. Competition was pretty cutthroat that day, so this should be a cakewalk in comparison. I am really, really glad to be here tonight. I mean, indie games are where people can dare to do something new and strange. I mean, they can push boundaries and rethink everything and just work without a net in ways the traditional industry just isn't built for. You know, everybody here is taking a medium into their own hands and just turning it into an art form full of personal expression. And it's an honor to be celebrating that independent spirit here with all of you tonight, since within the next 3 months you will all be subsidiaries of Zynga. Yeah. I hope you like farms. No, I'm kidding. There is always going to be a place for indie games, because without them, we would all have to work at companies with mandatory drug testing. And I don't know if you've played most of our finalists, but I think I just saw Messoff and the Gaijin Games guys give me like a wink and a thumbs up. So, right back at you, dudes. Anyway, there's a lot of innovation to honor here tonight, so let's jump right into it. I can't think of a better way to kick this off than with the Best Student Game Award. These 8 IGF Student Showcase winners each represent the best and brightest independent developers of tomorrow, and they also just look really adorable in their little suits and dresses tonight, just like real grown-ups. Here are your nominees.
Best Student Game Finalists.
E7. Gymnasium, Konis Lerbermat. Fract, University of Montreal. Glid, Bournemouth University. Octodad, DePaul University. Paper Plane, Angevin. Solace, DigiPen Institute of Technology. Tiny and Big, School of Arts and Design, Cassell. Toys, Future Games Academy.
Okay, and the best student game alongside a $2,500 prize is Fract. Thanks. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. What do I do? Thank you. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone here. I took a bit of a chance. I decided that at 28, I wanted to go back to school, and I wanted to learn about game design. And the fact that the community has been so engrossing and so friendly is just mind-blowing to me. And I need to thank my family and friends that supported me at this age and at like this level of career that said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to start making games. And this is just incredible. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, man. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. I want you to take that money and buy yourself half a textbook. Dreams come true, young people. They're happening tonight. A word on how we judged the games for the IGF this year. For the first time, each award category has its own jury. So rather than grading games on a numeric scale to quantitatively determine the best games, the wider body of over 100 industry judges were asked to put forward the games allotted to them towards any of the IGF's individual categories, like design, visual art, and audio. These top nominated games were then passed on to a smaller jury for each award, who together determined the finalist and winner after rounds of debate and conversation in this really awesome Dr. Strangelove style war room we have in the back. We believe this process is more engaging for the jurists and even more fair for the developers, who will now be directly appraised by a jury of industry peers. So artists will judge visual art category, engineers for the technical excellence category, and demolitions experts for the ass-kicking category, things like that. And so on to the $2,500 IGF Technical Excellence Award, which is well, I mean, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around if you're a player, right? The best I can tell is it goes to this year's most serious math nerd and is about games that make me go, how is it doing all of this at once? So from Minecraft's persistent procedurally generated worlds to Migakure's whatever it is Migakure is doing other than giving me a nosebleed whenever I look at it. This year's nominees are pushing the boundaries of what can be done with smart physics, rendering, and other clever technology, and using it to make kick-ass indie games.
Technical Excellence.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Developed by Frictional Games. Thomas Grief. Confetti Carnival. Developed by Spiky Snail Games. Neve Fisher. Saji Koren. Miega Curry. Developed by Mark Tenbosch. Jeff Weber. Minecraft. Developed by Mojang. Marcus Persson. Never Daunt. 8-bit. Developed by Robot Loves Kitty. Calvin Goebel.
Okay, and the winner for technical excellence is Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
So I hope my voice is not like a metal growler right now, but no, it seems okay. Okay. So yeah, thanks for everyone who supported us through the years, and thanks for Jen sitting there complaining about old stuff that was crap. So I had to redo it and remake it and all that kind of stuff. That's sort of thing that helps making stuff that works. Okay. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I say unto you, enough shenanigans. Here's Mega 64!
Programmed in the basement of a basement. It costs no money to play. In fact, it pays you to play it. If you use a strategy guide, it turns off. The soundtrack was done by a band you've never heard of that won't blow up for like 5 years. Controls so revolutionary, I can't even explain it to you. Jermaine Greer said it was the best game ever. Probably don't even know who that is. Daniel Day-Lewis wanted to play the main character. We said no. The final boss is Walmart. It is the most independent game in the world. It already came out. Same day as a Call of Duty map pack. Shoot.
Yeah. No, don't believe the hype, okay? They ripped off half that game from Dwarf Fortress. Indie games are often known for striking design. You know, without the restrictions and confines of a corporate structure or a traditional development team, an indie game can be anything from a Cannibal clone to a Cave Story clone to even a Monkey Island clone. I mean, as long as it's made in Canada or Sweden, it's indie. Yeah. But even in such an innovative field, some concepts are just a little more original and amazing than the rest. Here are your nominees for Excellence in Design.
Excellence in Design. Desktop Dungeons. Developed by QCF Design. Danny Day. Rodin Joubert. Mark Luck. Far Away. Developed by Steph Thirion. Minecraft. Developed by Mojang. Marcus Persson. Super Crate Box. Developed by Lambert, Rami Ismail, Jan Wilhelm Niemann. Nidhogg. Developed by Neshoff, Mark Essen, Greg Fox.
Okay, and the $2,500 Excellence in Design Award goes to Desktop Dungeons.
We kind of didn't write a speech because, you know, Minecraft.
But who we really want to thank is the Desktop Dungeons community for playing our game and telling us what was stupid about it and what we should make better.
And I'd like to say two things. First of all, Danny and Mark here, even though my name was on the little slideshow there, actually deserve the most credit for this game. No, guys, I'm serious. You helped me through what was a very difficult time in my life, showing almost infinite patience and support, and you probably ended up doing the most work on this project. Secondly, seriously, Meshoff, can I play your game? I've been queuing for Nidhogg all day. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys actually backstage. Yeah, it's actually. In the technical awards before this ceremony, he actually won for coolest goggles too. It was really awesome. So mobile gaming used to mean that you were nerdy enough to carry around a Game Boy or bored enough to play in like Brick Breaker in line. But since then, the landscape of mobile gaming has shifted radically to become one of the most important avenues for indie success. Since our standalone IGF mobile competition was launched in 2008, major platform holders like Sony and Nintendo have opened their doors to indie developers, and mobile marketplaces like Apple's App Store and Google's Android Marketplace have proven themselves to be invaluable to directly reach a massive audience of players. So now, millions of people can instantly download quality games like Angry Birds, Angry Birds Seasons, Angry Birds Master Quest, Angry Birds Universe, and Angry Birds vs. Zombies. That one's really good. You cannot ignore innovation like that, and as a result, we no longer run IGF Mobile as a separate contest. And this year, the IGF has made mobile games eligible to enter all categories in the main Independent Games Festival contest, while also giving some awesome handheld games their own dedicated Best Mobile Game category. Here are the finalists.
Best Mobile Game. Colorbind. Developed by Nonverbal, Daniel Lutz. Halcyon. Developed by STFJ, Zach Gage, Kurt Beeg. Helsing's Fire. Developed by Ratloop, Lucas Pope, Keiko Pope. Shot, Shot, Shoot. Developed by Eric Sweden. Solipskier. Developed by Mike and Greg, Mike Boxleiter, Greg Woolwind, Joe Bergeron.
Okay, and the winner of IGF's Best Mobile Game is Helsing's Fire. Thank you.
Okay, I was dreading this. This is actually a relief. Ratloop has been finalists for 3 years now with 3 different games, and this is our first win, so persistence is key. Okay, so first, good timing on that one. First, since we have the mic, just thank a few people and institutions. Our friends and family, of course. There's an old song, it goes, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. And buying an iPad, just so you can buy our game for $1, that's love right there. Not gonna hurt you, baby. Thanks, Mom. Okay, also thank you to ClickGamer, everybody over there, Tom, Carmen, Chris, Joe, for all their support. They were great. Let's see, who else? Oh yeah, lastly, of course, ultimately, thank you to everybody involved in the IGF. So from all the developers out here who are making the awesome games, and the judges who have to judge them, and the volunteers who work hard to make the show go smoothly, and yeah, we're on the wait. Especially thank you to the coordinators. This year, Brandon Boyer, but in the past it was Simon Carlos. You guys rock. The IGF has always been a big part of what motivates us to make games, and it feels great to get this recognition. Thank you.
Thank you! You guys actually want to exit backstage? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the award for excellence in visual art, Roger Ebert and Senator Joe Lieberman. I told you they were too smart to show up, Boyer. Now we'll never be able to trick them into fighting to the death. Not that video games make you violent, because they don't. So I'll just do this one. Whether it's the slick, candy-colored visuals of Hohokum, the lush, hand-painted world of Bastion, or the DIY stop motion of the Dream Machine, this year's nominees showcase the wide range of artistic expression showcased by independent games. Oh, and everybody who placed bets on the Ebert-Lieberman fight, see me after the show. I'll have your money.
Excellence in visual art. Bastion. Developed by Supergiant Games, Gen Z. Bit Trip Runner. Developed by Gaijin Games, Alex Noisy, Mike Rausch. Cave Story. Developed by Nicolas Daisuke Umaya, Tyrone Rodriguez. Hohokum. Developed by Honey Slug and Richard Hogg, Ricky Haggett, Kwok Fung Lam. The Dream Machine. Developed by Cockroach, Anders Gustafsson, Eric Zering.
Okay. And the winner of the Excellence in Visual Art Award is Bit Trip Runner.
Wow. Wow, crazy. All right, well anyhow, Mike really deserves this award more than the rest of us, but we all came up to harsh on his jam. I would like to thank, I guess primarily everyone in this room first and foremost. Being part of the independent game community is just such a wonderful place to be because it's full of love and encouragement and talent, and without everyone being an inspiration, we wouldn't be here right now. And secondly, I'd like to thank everyone who has played the Bit Trip series and who has liked the Bit Trip series, because I think they're a very imaginative series of games, and I think imagination is really what makes everything on Earth possible. So So that's really encouraging.
And I'll have the more boring speech. I would like to thank my wonderful girlfriend, Rachel Barton, for putting up with my shit for 2 years. Axis, I'd like to thank Axis Games for being an amazing publisher. I'd like to thank Chris Osborne and Alex Noisy for being great friends, and my mother and father, obviously. That goes without saying.
Right on. Woo! Yeah, I just want to thank my family. They've been very supportive through all this stuff. Of course, Alex and Mike, Danny and Andrew for helping out. And yeah, and of course this one goes right here to Mike for making such an awesome, beautiful game. And of course, thanks to all the bit trippers out there. We love you.
And I feel like an asshole for not thanking my wife and my family, so honestly, I thought about thanking you and I was trying to beam it to you.
Cut your losses, Alex, cut your losses.
Oh, I am so drunk right now. Audio is a crucial part of a video game's atmosphere, unless you're playing at work, or at school, or if you're on the bus, or you're playing at home but you can't really hear because you're trading insults with 14-year-olds over your headset. You know what? Audio is a part of video games. We can't argue that. But you know what? It's an increasingly overlooked part because of exactly those distractions I mentioned. And it's a shame because, number one, whenever you use a GarageBand loop in a video game, a kitten dies. And number two, really well-designed audio can make the difference between playing a game and really experiencing the world of that game. And our nominees really showcase that point.
Excellence in audio. Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Developed by Frictional Games. Jens Nielsen. Mikko Tarmia. Tapiu Liukonen.
The dead ain't
Bastion.
gotta worry about this mess.
Developed by Supergiant Games. Darren Korb.
She's done.
Logan Cunningham.
But there's a way to put her back together. So better get ready.
Bit Trip Beat. Developed by Gaijin Games. Alex Noisy. Mike Rausch. Cobalt. Developed by Oxeye Game Studio. Daniel Greenald. Matthias Hagerström-Jörg. Pontus Hammerberg. Retro City Rampage. Developed by B-Blank Entertainment, Leonard Paul. Jake Kaufman. Matt Creamer.
Okay, and the winner of the IGF Award for Excellence in Audio is Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Thanks. I'm definitely happy to accept this award and sharing it with Mikko Tarmia and Tapio Luikkonen. Finnish names, it's a bit difficult. It's definitely been a great, Mikko and I worked probably 8 years together, and he's the composer. And Tapio is the first game we worked with him, and I'm really, really happy with the way things worked out, obviously. And I also want to say, Mom and Dad, you don't have to use an egg clock anymore to tell me how long I can play games. It worked out okay. So, thanks.
Right now, some of you are asking, who are these IGF judges? Who are these shadowy indie elitists sitting in their ivory basements thinking they can speak to the people? To which I would reply by reminding you that we have armed security here at all times. And also, maybe you're right. You know, if there's one thing venerable institutions like the MTV Movie Awards and the Kids' Choice Awards have taught us, it's that true greatness is only rewarded when the public has their say. I love you, Twilight. That's why we have the IGF Audience Award. Starting a few weeks before the show, we open the gates online to the public to decide their favorite game from all of this year's main competition finalists. This year, as adjudicated by an open vote held on IGF.com, we had well over 5,000 email-verified votes, with many of the finalists garnering major support from their fan communities and also their moms. The Audience Award for the 13th annual IGF Award goes to... Totally fine. Oh, hey, it's Minecraft.
Woo! Yeah, so I have no speeches prepared because, like, I didn't expect to win anything, but obviously, if I win the People's Choice Award, then people do like the game. So I started the game like, I don't know, 1.5 years ago, just working at home from my apartment, and it's been growing slowly, and we submitted it to the IGF, and it grew even more, and now we win this, and I'm on top of the world, so thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to present the 2011 Direct to Drive Vision Award, members of IGN's Open House.
Okay. Hello, nerds and bored girlfriends of nerds. I'm Alex Austin. You may know me from games like Bridge Builder, Pontifex, and Gish. I've been doing indie games for almost 10 years. Came to the IGN Indie Open House with one goal in mind, to ask out Jessica Chobot. Unfortunately, I haven't met her yet, but along the way I've been working with the other indie developers here, exchanging ideas, testing each other's games, and of course, lots of drinking. It's been very inspiring so far, and I think you'll see some great games come out of it.
We understand the difficulties, trials, and tribulations of being an indie game developer. However, we put together a short video of the top 10 reasons why we think it's cool to be an indie game developer. Number 10, my fear of zombies has been cured.
Number 9, your mama is your only shareholder.
Number 8, a social life is overrated.
Number 7, I don't need to censor the nudity. It's already pixelated.
Number 6, happy hour starts as soon as you wake up in the morning, which is basically noon. BAM!
Number 5, sometimes the ladies think I said indie band.
Number 4, I think it's a lot like college life would have been.
Number 3, you have way more time to play Minecraft.
Number 2, 2 words, Pantless Fridays. And Thursdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Mondays. Oh, yeah.
And the number 1 reason it's cool to be an indie game developer is, I don't need to give you a reason, because you're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me now. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure we can all relate to some of those. Direct to Drive's Vision Award honors independent developers whose games present the newest ideas and concepts that will help spark innovation in gaming. And the $10,000 can't hurt either.
And the 5 finalists are Hazard, The Journey of Life by Demruth. Amnesia by Frictional Games. Flotilla by Blendo Games. Confetti Carnival by Spiky Snail. And Night Sky by Nicholas.
And the winner of the award and $10,000 is...
Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Well, I think that we need to buy another bag or we're gonna get more luggage home. Oh, this is totally unexpected, totally. This is sort of like, we can give a more emotional thing now, I think, but after like 3 years of not thinking that we're gonna make games anymore and hating everything and, well, yeah. Being, living on noodles, no, not noodles, but something else, and
spaghetti.
Spaghetti, yeah, and it's totally like getting it done, and we were just happy getting the shit done at least, and now getting awards for it, that feels like too much. I'm happy as it was, but yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you much.
Thanks.
Oh. Yeah, I've got it this time. And now it's time for the Nuovo Award, where I'll be giving 5 lucky winners a brand new hybrid car, courtesy of the Nuovo Corporation. At least that's what I thought it was. It turns out Nuovo is not a hybrid car at all. It's just this word that we made up. And so the excited email I wrote to my mother about how she should watch tonight because I'm like the indie gaming Oprah was a total misrepresentation on my part. But I'm cool with that because number one, I'm never been sure that she's my real mother. And number two, the Nuovo Award celebrates experimentation and innovation, which as far as I'm concerned are the hallmarks of real indie game development. Our Nuovo Award category, this year expanded to 8 finalists with a larger $5,000 prize, is once again squarely pitched as the Video Game Art Prize in a similar way to events like the Turner Prize. The award is designed to honor artistic, auteur-driven, and otherwise esoteric expressions through games. We were really amazed with some of the conceptual leaps from this year's Nuovo finalists. Check them out. You will be too. Here are the nominees.
Nuovo Award. Nuovo Award. A House in California. Developed by Cardboard Computer. Jake Elliott. Bone. Developed by Mono Banda. Nikki Smith. Short Wenikas. Brutally Unfair Tactics, Totally Okay Now button. Developed by Copenhagen Game Collective. Dinner Date. Developed by Stout Games. Jerome D. Stout.
What did buy? Not Jerry. That's exactly what Jerry's talking about. All that thinking.
Hazard, The Journey of Life. Developed by Demruth. Alexander Bruce. Loop Record. Developed by Nikolai Krashinsky. Nidhogg. Developed by Messhoff, Mark Essing, Greg Fox. The Cat and the Coup. Developed by Peter Brinson, Korosh Valanejad.
Okay, we had to run out real quick and get a more innovative projector. The winner of the Nuovo Award, along with a $5,000 check, is Nidhogg.
All right. I don't know, thanks everyone. Thanks NYU Game Center, the indie community, of course. Greg.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. That's it. We're good.
So I was supposed to have this whole Oscar-style musical number here, and then Franco hosted the Oscars, and they said no to that. And they made me call Mega64 and ask them to do another video. Not a proud day for me, but maybe you're all better off. Ladies and gentlemen, Mega64.
Hey, great job programming Madden 12. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Wishing I was alone again. No more suits. Wishing I had no money. Great attitudes. Making flash games through my family's shame. To make come, ho, come. And I will share my brother's room, a blanket and the
Now, don't worry, he was actually fine because the company he works for keeps their employees' souls on site in little mason jars. So now we're almost at the end of the IGF Awards. Please be upstanding for a man who is obligated by guilt to show up anywhere we ask him to until Monaco is done. To give out this year's grand prize, let's welcome last year's Seamus McNally winner, Andy Schatz.
Hi, everyone. When you're independent for long enough, you start to lose track of what's going on in the...
Thank you. Go ahead. No, we're just...
You guys can have my awards if you want them.
Go ahead.
You don't have last year's trophy on you.
You start to lose track of what's going on in the real world. In the real world, people build big things. Big airplanes, big cars, big houses. The real world breeds big livestock, builds big cruise ships. And the real world creates big, beautiful games. Games with 300 hours of gameplay and trillions of subscribers. In the real world, microtransactions make macro profits and a million-unit seller is a failure. In the real world, bigger is better. When you're indie for long enough, you learn to become myopic. You learn to make little things. Selling 1 unit is thrilling. I'm serious. I know an indie who lived out of his car in Mexico, stealing Wi-Fi while parked outside internet cafes. Who can expect to make it big on a corporate strategy like that? The IGF is not intended to make a small thing big, though. The IGF is our moment to remind the world that there's beauty hidden in the shadow of the big cars, the big houses, the big livestock, and the big games. The IGF reminds the world that the flower is as beautiful as the forest, and the discovery of a diamond is as worthwhile a pursuit as the discovery of a mountain. Big or small, the games that are nominated for this year's Seamus McNally Grand Prize all had humble origins, all touched us in unique ways. Here are the nominees for the Best Independent Game of the Year.
Seamus McNally Grand Prize. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Developed by Frictional Games. Thomas Grief. Jens Nielsen. Desktop Dungeons. Developed by QCF Design. Danny Day. Rodin Joubert. Mark Luck. Minecraft. Developed by Mojang. Marcus Persson. The rest of the Mojang crew. Spy Party. Developed by Chris Hecker. Nidhogg. Developed by Messhoff. Mark Essen. Greg Fox.
And the winner of the Seamus McNally Grand Prize is Minecraft.
As I said, it kept growing, and after a while, I hired a bunch of people, and we started a company together. And now we're moving on to even more things, and we're making, well, we're actually going to finish Minecraft at some point, I think. And so I have to say a big thank you for everyone who's really supported me when I was working on it on my own, like my old bosses, and especially my girlfriend, who's now my fiancée. And everyone who's ever made a game or played a game, you're awesome. Welcome.
I'll tell you what, I'm supposed to stay impartial, but it really warms my heart to see those guys win because they had a really tough year. Yeah, they could use the cash. That is it for this half of the evening's proceedings. You know, before we go, we would like to once again thank our partners in making tonight possible. Platinum sponsor Crytek, Gold sponsors Microsoft and LucasArts, official IGF distribution partner Direct to Drive, hardware sponsor OnLive, and platform sponsor Transgaming, as well as Transgaming. As well as Platinum Student Showcase sponsor, DigiPen Institute of Technology, and Gold And gold student showcase sponsors Anjmin and Westwood College. Thanks to DJ Charlie Malone, who's been playing music all night, everybody. Yeah. And of course to GameSpot for our second year of streaming the whole awards online. My personal thanks to Max Scoville, Aaron Robinson, Revision 3, and John Rivera. Finally, thanks to our perennial sponsors, GameOfSutra.com, Game Developer Magazine, and of course our wonderful audience both here in-house and watching the live stream tonight. Thank you guys. I'm Anthony. If you had fun tonight, please check out my show at BiteJacker.com. And the Game Developers Choice Awards are next. So if you were wondering which game last year had the most innovative Space Marine or the best boob physics, you are going to want to hang tight. I am kidding. They have not given out the boob physics thing in like 2 years.